The Great Drought of 2012 has left its mark on farms across rural America. The lack of water decimated crops all over the Corn Belt, prompting producers to seek alternatives. Now, the shortage of water is causing a new problem: low river levels. Most significantly impacted is the mighty Mississippi River, a main shipping channel for nearly $180 billion in commodities.
90% of all the grain is transferred by the river. They get it to the river in silos, then they pump it on the barges, and then they travel up and down the Mississippi River. Without the river being navigable for the boats and stuff that travel up and down the river, that grain don't get there.
Less than a year ago, parts of the Mississippi contended with record flooding.
Our shops on the Louisiana side were all underwater, a foot and a half over the roof, and this year we're in a drought situation.
Now sandbars line the banks at Vicksburg, Mississippi.
And now we are about 2 feet on the Vicksburg gauge, so you can do the math and know that we are about 55 to 56 feet difference from this time last year as today.
Much of the 2,500-mile Mississippi watershed is experiencing the worst drought in 50 years. Barges and their tows are running aground in some shallow places of the river. Those making it through the tight spots are having to lighten their cargoes and slow down. Hoping to clear the river for commercial traffic, the Army Corps of Engineers is dredging the channel of silt caused by last year's epic flooding.
We're breaking records with the water being as low as it is this year, and partially of that is last year's flood put a lot of silt in places they usually not. So, and the river being so low is what we got to dredge out of.
The dredges are removing 52,000 cubic yards of sand per day, or about the size of a football field stacked with 16 feet of debris. The goal is to deepen the channel's current single-digit level to a more normal stage of 18 to 20 feet. The low water coming downstream is reducing the amount of water flow into the Port of New Orleans. That's creating a new problem as salt water creeps up the river, threatening water supplies in the Delta.
When the water's low, there's not much force pushing the salt water back into the Gulf. So when you have a less force, that wedge is creeping up. So we monitor that on a daily basis, and if it gets too close to our comfort level, we build what's called an underwater sill. It's an underwater levee of sorts that prevents the salt water from going past a certain point.